let us look at how JavaScript detects mouse position. In this demo, whenever you move your mouse, JavaScript will detect it and then update the text on the page with the correct mouse position. So let's take a look at how JavaScript detects our mouse movement and update the content on the page. So I'll shift or move my cursor, my mouse inside this box and see what will happen. Now you can see that as I begin to move the mouse in different position, JavaScript keeps updating the content in the position of X and Y that I have right here inside the box. We are going to do this together in 5 steps. Step 1, attach the event listener. Step 2 is to trigger the event, which means that when the mouse moves, the function runs automatically. Step 3 is to select the element, that is, target the paragraph or the button that you want to update. Step 4 is to get mouse position, which includes both the horizontal and vertical position. Step 5 is to update the content and display the coordinates on the screen. So now let's build the JavaScript event that will detect our mouse position automatically together. Here is my boilerplate code, and if you look at this part, there's a comment I already added here in order to ease our development. And it reads thus: add a box with an ID of box and simple text here. Move the mouse in this box. So I'll go ahead and make an ID, a div that has an ID of box. And from here, I'll add this text inside it. Move the mouse in this box, which exactly is what I have here in the comments. Now that I have this, you can see that here, if I am moving my mouse or the cursor of my mouse over this text, it is actually not doing anything. So we need to make this interactive in order to be able to respond to our mouse movements. And how do we do that? We need to move into the script tag so that we can add the JavaScript that will bring about the interaction that we want. So I'll move into the script tag. And the first thing I'm going to do here is that I want to add an event listener that will listen to when a mouse is moved when the mouse is moved over this text, as you can see. So how do I do that? So let me put that comment here. Let's document listing for mouse. So this is what we are trying to do here. So the document will listen for mouse movement, mouse events, and then it will now call the function that will change the vertical and horizontal position of the mouse movement on the text. So let's go ahead. So what's the first thing that I need? I need to add an event listener to my document. And event listener always take 2 things. So the event and then the function that will run after it. So the first thing is the mouse event. So the type of event that I want on this event listener is that I want the mouse to be moving, which means it's not just to tap or to put the mouse on the text. It involves the mouse to be moving around the text or over the text. And then the second thing is now the function that you run. And that function will take a parameter of an event. And now inside it, then I can now go ahead. There's a mistake here. Event. Now I can go ahead and add the interaction inside it. So how do I add the interaction? I need to get the item that I want to interact with, which means that I need a way to get the ID from this div before it will work. Because if you look at it right now, if we try to move over this text, it's not going to do anything. So I need a way to be able to pick the ID from this div and then add interaction to it. And how do I pick the ID? I'm going to use the document to select the whole web page. And what do I want to get from it? I want to get an ID of a particular element, which is box. So this way I have gotten the ID. And now that I have the ID, I want to change its contents. So I will add inner.html to it. And now that I have the inner.html, then I can go ahead and then select position. So the position of X. So this X stands for the horizontal position with event dot client X, and Y is standing for the vertical position plus event dot client Y. Now, if I go ahead and click inside this box, then it should change the position of my mouse in both the horizontal and vertical position. But before I do that, I quickly just want to point out some things that we need to know. Here, what I'm basically doing here is that I am using this add event listener to watch for mouse movements anywhere on the page. So this event listener, like the name suggests, is listening for an event, and the event is listening for is a mouse move. So anywhere there's mouse movement on the page, it will be listening and paying attention to it. And then when I move my mouse on the page, this function then will now fire the function that is selecting an ID of demo. So it will select that div, and once it's do, then it will give it an horizontal position and vertical position and generate value for it. And once that is done, then the text will now be updated, which is this text that we have here. It will now change the content to the value of the vertical and horizontal position of the mouse movement. So what we are basically doing here is that when the mouse moves, if an event is detected, then the function is run, and then the mouse position is collected, and then text updates instantly. So let's go ahead and see if this text is going to update instantly. And you can see that as I'm beginning to move my mouse around, it's changing the vertical and the horizontal position of my mouse event. There are some key takeaways in this lesson. Number one, JavaScript can detect user actions. Event client X and event client Y give position. Another thing is that you can update HTML in real time. And lastly, mouse move runs continuously as the mouse moves.